Hello everybody, Shadow Boy here. So I'm going to do a book review today on the book Familiar Spirits by Nicole Canfield. And first of all, thank you so much for sending me this book. I feel so grateful for you sending me this. It was so sweet and so nice for you to think of me and send me this, and it was just really lovely. So, the book itself, Familiar Spirits, is it's not a manual. It's not like a how-to book on witchcraft. It is a novel. Um, it's not a book of spells per se. There's some couple of little juicy bits in there as well, which is quite nice. But the book is a novel. It's fiction. However, you can tell from reading this book that the author has based some of these experiences on her own personal experiences, and I absolutely love that. And I felt like there were a lot of things in this book that I could relate to personally within my practice and just within myself as well. Um, the amount of research that has gone into this book in terms of folklore, there is so much folklore in this book, not just from witchcraft and the British Isles, but some beliefs from spiritualism, some beliefs from Native American tribes, some beliefs, some small pieces of hoodoo folklore within it. So the book really is quite a mishmash of lots of different folklores, and I love that. I absolutely love that. It was really, really interesting. Um, what I found about this book is that there is this constant reminder of what's important in people's lives. So, for instance, in this day and age, most people I find live to work. However, this book goes back and sort of this book kind of reminded me, well, actually, look what's really important: your spirituality, yourself, maybe your family, and yeah, that finding out who we are and knowing who we are is more important than just doing a 9 to 5 job. So much more important, and it's this constant. I found in this book it drew a lot of parallels between this constant work, work, work sort of culture everyone's in now. Work constantly calling you, bombarding you. When are you coming back? When are you coming back? And then this person eventually just giving in and saying, do you know what? Um, I don't want to give too much away from the book. However, and there was another character where it happened to, and the other character realised something else that was important. I don't want to spoil this book, so I don't want to say too much. However, I found it really, really lovely. I don't know if it was by accident, but I felt like throughout the book there was this theme of what's really important in our lives, and I loved that. I absolutely loved it. Um, as I said, like you can tell that various things from this book are drawn from personal experiences, and it's so nice to read because there are a lot of experiences within this book that I too could relate. I could relate to, and it was refreshing. It was like a breath of fresh air to know that there were other people that have had experiences that I could relate to. Um, it was nice, and you can tell that personal experience has also gone into this book. Not too much, but enough. Not given too much away, but enough to know that actually the author has experienced some of this crazy, crazy stuff. Not all of it, but it was realistic for a book on fiction. It was realistic. It wasn't too crazy. This book actually scared me at certain points as well. I actually found myself a bit like, oh, a bit freaked out as well at certain points. But this book also made me cry. Towards the end, I there was a scene, um, and once again, I don't want to spoil it, but there was a scene with the book that was an experience that one of the main character had that I could completely relate to. Um, and it was so similar. Not completely similar, but very you know, there are a lot of similarities there, um, and I absolutely love that. I really, really love that. The book is also realistic too. It's not, you know, with a lot of fictions, it just sort of flies off in different directions, like, oh, and then this happened, and it doesn't actually talk about day to day stuff like bills, exes, you know, just general life, you know, realism. And but this book actually keeps it real throughout. It's real, so you can go along with the story and believe the story, um, because there's quite a lot of realism within it, and I do like that, because there are a lot of novels that I have read that aren't too realistic. They need to be a little bit more realistic as well with things, and I feel like, Nicole, you have that balance of realism and, you know, realism and fiction, and it's a perfect balance. It's balanced out beautifully. And from reading this, like, you definitely, I really hope you're watching this. You definitely have like a gift. You definitely have a gift for writing. Your writing is so beautifully evocative and descriptive, and some of the ways in which you describe things are like the descriptions are absolutely gorgeous. The way it's articulated, it's just a really pleasant read. You definitely have a gift, and you should keep pursuing that gift as well, because you're a fantastic author. Um, Really, really talented, and it was amazing to actually sit down and witness that gift whilst reading it. I hope this doesn't sound too corny, but it's genuinely how I feel. Um, it was very, very, it was just a really pleasant read, and it was quite nice to read. I haven't read much. I do read novels. Contrary to popular belief, it's not always about witchcraft, paganism, and spirituality. Um, he says whilst holding a novel about witchcraft, paganism, spirituality. Fail. But you know what I mean? Like, I do read other novels as well, and I haven't actually read a novel for a while. Um, and I really, really enjoyed this. I really loved this book. Um, so yeah, that's my book review. Um, she's also on YouTube as Kissy the Dreamer. Check her out. She's absolutely, like, the information she divulges to people is really fascinating, really interesting. Um, and thank you so much for sending me this book. I'm really, really honoured, and I'm definitely going to be getting the next one, because I'm sold. So over and out. Peace.